Morning, my audacious friends. I am sitting here on my third rest day, the morning of my third rest day. Complete rest. No cardio, no training, and an implemented diet break. Take it out, don't let it slow down. So what that means is basically coach increased my calories, my carbs, my fats by a lot. You want to come up here? I don't know if you're gonna fit though. Okay, thank you. Implemented a diet break, and that was because my body is fighting me, like a lot. And it's hard for me to admit because I'm a pretty go hard individual, and I really want to make like a really strong move this season. And I wish I had done more last season, but I can't harp on that. And I have to just realize that I took time off before competing started. I took the longest time off I'd ever have taken off from competing, actually. And it's still in the realm of dieting, I don't believe was long enough. And I took like 30 plus weeks off from the stage. So training was in a great spot. Performance was great. All my feedback hormonally and internally was in a place where I thought prep could start. It's like a hard realization. Like luckily my coach is, you know, honest with me, and he's like, basically we just need to have you take a break and rest and see what can happen when we kind of restart that cylinder. So it was a mandatory, like no questions asked. I had to take off from training and all cardio, and he implemented quite a bit of food. And it's weird because like I was hungry, but the amount of food that I'm eating now pales in comparison to obviously a full off-season intake, but it's a lot of food right now. And like last night I was like eating my last meal and like frustrated because I'm not hungry. I don't want it. And I know it's like counterproductive to my goal, even though it's really not. He's doing what's best for my body right now, and he's trying to implement a protocol that he may not know if it works. I could gain more than we plan. You know, it's kind of all up in the air right now, and I don't like that, and it upsets me. And I'm watching, you know, all the junior nationals photos from Chicago roll in, and everybody looks so beautiful, and the physiques that are in their pro cards are incredible. And like I really want that for myself, and I'm not afraid to admit that. And I want my physique to look like that. And the crazy thing is, like, I'm confident in the amount of tissue I have. Like, I'm happy with the size that I have, even though I know that I'm, quote, bigger. So as long as I can bring in the conditioning, which is the hardest part for me right now, is my conditioning is not coming down, then I could have a shot, even though I am not a petite competitor. And I just like, I want my conditioning to like listen to my heart, if that makes sense. And that's what's like really hard, because your body does what it wants. And this is like the reality of competing. And this is the reality of competing at like a high caliber and competing not just to like step on a regional level show, but like to potentially step on a regional level show with hands down, like my coach is like, I want you to win an overall. And then we're gonna go to a national show. So like he's got these really like set timelines for me, but I'm struggling, and this is hard. It sucks. Last prep was hard, but I was dealing with doing figure, so I was dealing with getting to a level of conditioning that I hadn't had to face before. And even then I struggled, but I struggled knowing that it was something new that I was doing for my body. But this time it's like I've been conditioned. The changes on the scale have been more expected and have been more like less sticking, and I'm just sticking. And then I stuck at like a nice good low, and I was like really happy with where my physique went. And then over the course of like an 8-day time frame, like I gained the 2 pounds back. And I don't really know, other than stress and internal stress, that was like what was going on. So that's why Matt implemented what he did, and it is like really challenging for me. I'm really unmotivated the past couple of days. All I really want to do is like sit and work on client programs, and I've slept, like I've napped like 3 times. And also the food like makes me really lethargic. But I'm doing it, and I wish I could be more productive doing it and like do other things that I've been wanting to do, which I've not quite done yet. So that's where I'm at. And like as women, our bodies aren't supposed to look like they do on stage. Like what we're doing is not internally okay with our operating systems, like as women. The biggest takeaway from this to other women is that competing is awesome. It is where my heart is. It is what I love. It is what I want to be doing, like hands down. However, it's not for the faint of heart. It's not for those who are oblivious or naive to the effects that it has on your body. And it's not, I don't want people to idealize what I'm doing or idealize the level of conditioning I could reach, because let me tell you right now, it is effing hard. And it's not like, it's not this picture perfect view of health. When you're watching my channel, like I love that you guys partake in this with me, but like also know that like this is not the typical way to do fitness. And you can do fitness without doing and reaching the level of conditioning that I have reached, or that I will reach, or whatever is in my timeline right now, because I'm really freaking frustrated, I know. And I'm really like holding back, not just bawling in front of my camera today. Like that's the other thing, is like training, you guys know, is like my freaking like, that's like my thing. I want to be in the gym. I want to be lifting. I want like cardio. I could do, when he ripped that out, I was like, hell yeah. And then he was like, and no training. And I was like, how dare you take away my one thing I love the most in life. You can do all these awesome things that are related to health, and it's like worrying about like conditioning for the stage. That's not quite healthy. And my body's fighting me right now. And it sucks, because to not have a show date in mind yet and to be kind of hitting a brick wall, I'm really having a hard time with this. And I really want this diet break to work. I know that like, if as a coach myself, if I was having a client producing what I was producing on paper and producing what I was producing in photos, I would probably think the same thing. I would probably think like, A, is this client not like doing what I'm telling them to do? Or are we hitting this wall and we need to let the body like relax? And so like, I know in my head, the methodology is there with what he's telling me to do. I just don't want to effing do it. I want to go in the gym because I like the gym. And this is really hard. And like, he knows how much I love the gym. So I think he knows like how hard this is for me. I feel like I need to tell you guys this. as I get deeper and deeper into prep with no show date in mind, I know that things are going to be perpetuated, meaning like the amount, like the level of conditioning that I'm gonna have over the course of my videos with you guys, my social media posts, like over this course of time, things are going to get harder for me. And what I'm going to do is going to have to be harder protocols than I've probably ever had to do. And that's just the nature of this situation. So basically, it's a disclaimer in the sense that as you continue to watch and be a part of this with me, which I love that you guys do like that, it's really freaking awesome. But as you continue to watch and be a part of this with me, just know that this, beyond this, it's not like something you should do unless you 100% know that you want to be up on that stage and you want to win a pro card. Because what I'm doing and what I will be doing is hard. And I can't like emphasize that enough. And it is hard on your body. It's hard on your heart. And it's not going to be something that is gonna come easy to my body. And it sucks because I love my body. And here I am in a place where I'm like so confident with what I've done, with what I've built, and with who I am. But to have this like fear in the back of my mind that my confidence in myself is not going to then potentially get me to my end goal. It sucks because I feel good about myself. I feel like this is a lot of rambling. I should probably re-record this and I should probably eat. But I may not. Disclaimer, like I don't know where this channel is gonna go. I don't know what I'm gonna end up showing to you guys because it scares me to put all of this out here because this isn't what is typical to do fitness. This is different, especially for a female like myself, who is denser, who has a lot of muscle mass, who's built this all up, and I'm very freaking proud of it. But you know, I just, I don't know why my body doesn't want to lose body fat. Right? Well, I do know why my body doesn't want to lose body fat. It's an accumulation of years of dieting. I mean, that's what it boils down to, guys. Like, I thought I took enough time off. Like, I really did. I honestly thought I took enough time off. So I thought I was okay to start this ball rolling again. And here I am, fully in, ball rolling, and it's proving to me so many weeks into this that I didn't take enough time off. And I'm going to potentially keep pushing after this diet break and see what happens. But I don't know what's gonna happen. And I'm scared and I'm upset and I'm disappointed. But the great thing is that like, I still love my physique. I still love my body I built. I still love this sport. I still love training. I still like dieting. Like it's not, to me, it's like the means to the end. And that's just who I am with this sport and this lifestyle. Like, all puppies and rainbows and prep and yeah, getting shredded and stuff is cool, but like love your body before it's shredded. Love your body because you can manipulate it and you can change it and you can do whatever you want with it. But just know it's kind of got its mind of its own sometimes too. I need to eat. All right, so now that my little sob fest is over, it wasn't really a sob fest. I just like honestly wanted to share that with you guys. So thank you guys for watching that. I'm probably not going to include much in this video since that was probably pretty long, but I am going to go see LT for some lash touch-up, and I'm going to probably, it's really kind of cloudy here today, so I might just choose like a nice little coffee shop to sit and work at on this pretty Sunday and enjoy my rest day. Or try to at least. But so I have 2 meals to take with me. You guys, this is like a little mini diet break here. So this is a refeed of a bunch of rice, 110 grams, 50 grams of avocado, green beans, and there is some of my smoked chicken in there. It's 150 grams of Yukon Gold potatoes. Then I have some fresh pickles from like a local picklery? Is that a word? with some ground beef, and there is some asparagus under there and some ketchup on top. So these are gonna be my 2 meals. Like I said, I'm kind of pushing food here. So I'm back from running all my errands, which included returning shoes I didn't want and purchasing this hat for my beach trip. Tomorrow, do my update to coach, which is gonna include a physique update from this like little diet break / rest day extravaganza I've been doing. Tomorrow will be my last full day of rest day, most likely, based on his words of affirmation for me there. But so I'll include my physique update in the coming clip, and I'll also include just some details a little bit more about where like my diet went for this diet break. I'm not going to include details about macros because they are my macros and my macros alone, but I'll just kind of give you some insight into what changes we made. So I'm going to close this clip here, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm eating for. This is going to be meal number 5. Yes, meal number 5, and I have one more meal left. It is 6:45, so I'll have to eat that last meal sometime around like 9. And this is what we got. So I have 150 grams of sweet potatoes, 10 grams of olive oil poured over top with 100 grams of my smoked chicken, roasted spaghetti squash in there, and then I do a little mix of mainly mustard, but I do put a little bit of regular ketchup in here. Good morning, you guys. It is the morning of my check-in to my coach following this refeed. I still have one more day, and so I checked in with him this morning, and I'll still complete the assigned refeed macros, and I'm still resting today. And yes, my computer tells me what time it is verbally, so I stay on track with my scheduling throughout my day. So I promised you guys I would give you kind of a lay of the land for what's been going on. Again, I don't have my response back from my coach yet, so maybe I'll do a follow-up video to this, but right now it's getting kind of long, and I appreciate you guys watching this. But here is a side-by-side of my Thursday look from the front versus my look this morning. Aside from being a little bit darker, I think that has just to do with the lighting. When I'm under more light, I woke up later this morning, so I look a little bit wider, but I really promise I did not manipulate the photos other than the light source. You can see that I am much fuller in my physique wise. I did put on probably quite a bit of water retention due to excess carbohydrate intake at this point. And then there's also muscle glycogen fullness. So my actual physique itself is pretty full right now. I am not quite cool with the look because I felt like Thursday was a great look and I felt like I was making progress there, but I'm again just doing what my coach says is best for my body at this point and trying to go about things just a little differently than we have done in the past. In my past competition seasons, we've never pulled my training for this long or pulled cardio for this long and increased. So I told you guys I'm not sharing my macros because basically those are my macros and my macros alone. And my coach also does not assign me macros. He does assign me a meal plan. And then I take it as my job as the client and as the also coach that I am personally to put those into my FitnessPal. So what I'm about to give you guys is the difference between my refeed macros and my contest prep macros. So this is just the difference. So we upped my calories. Also note that when you put things in my FitnessPal, they are not always completely accurate, and this might be different from what he calculates for me based on this fitness plan, or excuse me, based on this meal plan. But I use typically Calorie King to derive most of my macronutrient information from rather than a label, because most of the foods I eat do not have labels. I also use cooked weight versus uncooked weight or raw weight, so I also get those details from calorieking.com. So again, these are probably ranges. These are not set amounts. Like, do not get hung up on these amounts because they're probably a range, 10 or so, maybe 5 to 10 grams or calories per what I'm about to tell you, if that makes sense. Here we go. My calories were increased by 560 calories over the course of 4 days. My fat intake was increased 18 to 20 grams of fat over 4 days. My carbohydrate intake was 100 to 105 grams of carbs per day increased, and my protein actually went down by 4 grams. And I do believe that accommodates for the lower amount of protein being taken down, because when you increase carbohydrates, you also are increasing trace amounts of protein. So in order to kind of keep my protein the same, he probably had to decrease that a little bit. So we actually lost about 4 grams of protein in this diet break. So there's the details. Like I said, I don't have his response yet, or like where we're going forward with this. I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys these details and wrap up this diet break video here, but I will do a conclusion video in the follow-up, so please stay tuned for that. And thank you guys so much for watching and being supportive on social media. I know you guys have been kind of wondering, like, did you get injured? I did not get injured. I am fine. But I thank you guys so much for the support and for the curiosity and caring for this prep for me. So that's where we're at. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked this video, if you learned something from this video, and be sure to subscribe to my channel for the follow-up, because I will include that, I promise. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Chase now.